Happy Memorial Day, everybody. I can't believe our holiday weekend is already over, right? I mean, I just want it to last forever. But we're not having that kind of luck, are we? We have to go back to work tomorrow. So, anyway, tonight we have on tap some football. And first up is a kind of a quick little break is 2013 black football. That's just one box. And then following that, tonight we have on tap. Well, if I could get my iPad to stop blaring out the volume and echoing, that would be helpful. Let's try this again. So tonight we have one box of 2013 black football. That's up first. And then we have a half case of 2017 classics football. So first break of the night is our 2013 black. This is break number 7. And of course you will see as normal, team names are down the left, winning bidder down the right. Looks like we had one unsold team, that was the Lions, and one team that payment hadn't come in yet for, and that is the Dolphins. Everybody else is good to go in break number 1. And as soon as we break black football, which is a pretty quick break actually, it's just one pack of cards, then we will jump into our case, or our half case rather. Well, it's a brand new case, so we'll start over. It's a brand new case of 2017 classics, and of that brand new case, we'll take half the boxes and break them tonight. We broke another case of classics when it came out last week, and it was, I would say there was a lot of rookie content in it, a little bit of veteran content, and a lot of rookie content. So I imagine this case will probably be a similar situation. But first up, black football. And, oh, look at that. That's nice to see. There's your Le'Veon Bell metal rookie. That's actually a real nice hit. And, of course, it's still got the plastic coating on it, so that's why it looks kind of dull and weird right now. I don't know what's going on. You can see right down there in that little bottom. I don't know if that is just something on the plastic or under the edge of the plastic, or if that's actually on the metal card itself, and I'm not going to take the plastic off because I don't want to risk doing anything to the card. But when you get it, just take a look at that little area. But nice way to start this break with the Le'Veon Bell rookie. All the base cards in here are numbered. This one is to $3.99. Next up for the Chiefs, also to $3.99. And to $3.99 again with the Caradine. Okafor, also to $3.99. I don't know why some of these, it's like the light is weird in here. Last night and tonight, I don't know what is going on. I haven't changed anything, but it's kind of glaring off of things in a not normal way. $3.99 on the Clay Matthews for the Packers. Terrell Suggs to $25 for the Ravens. It's a nice low-numbered card for the Ravens, and I guess a little bit of refractor kind of touch there, and the words black across the bottom. Oh, somebody's really happy because look what else you got besides your metal Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, you got a Le'Veon Bell material and on-card autograph numbered to $2.99. So that is the way to start out this case. You do have some chipping and things I'm seeing along the edges and the corners. You can probably see a fair amount of that in the video as well. I generally try to point that stuff out if I notice it. Don't always notice it, but I try to. So Steelers with 2 nice Le'Veon Bell rookie hits. And the Steelers are on a roll because now you have the shadow box jersey with Marcus Wheaton. So this is a Steelers kind of box, and this is one of my favorite cards in 13 black. I actually really like this card no matter what player is on it, but nice to have another Steeler come out. And for the Raiders, we have the Moore to $1.99. That's a sticker auto. Whoops, I don't want to set that with our base. And we have a materials hit, Charles Tillman to $25 for the Bears. And you do have a little bit of a second color up there, so got lucky on the edge of that patch anyway, numbered to $25. And again, like the others, you do have a little bit of edge and corner wear on that, but unfortunately pretty standard on the thicker cards. And then Stedman Bailey to $2.99 for the Rams on the materials hit. All right, so let's review this. Stedman Bailey, materials hit. Charles Tillman, patch number to 25. Oh, hi, Jupiter. How are you? Yeah, whoever has the Steelers is, I'm sure, very happy right now. I guess we should show the backs of these since they are hits. I think it's probably a good idea to show the back just to make sure there's nothing unusual going on with it. And then there's the Moore to $1.99 for the Raiders. And then the rest of this is like a parade for the Steelers. I would have loved to have had this box myself because I am a big Steelers fan. The Le'Veon Bell Metal Rookie. The Marcus Wheaton Shadow Box Jersey. And that Wheaton is numbered to 99. I don't know if I said that a while ago or not. I'm sure you saw it, though, when we looked at the back. But if I didn't say it, it is. And then the Le'Veon Bell on-card auto as well to $2.99 with the materials hit. That's the second Le'Veon Bell on-card auto we have pulled out of 13 black in the last, I want to say the last week. Oh, my goodness. Maybe the last 10 days. But probably the last week. That was our Metal Rookie. But, of course, he's covered in plastic, so he's fine. He didn't do any damage here to the one that kind of thumped him on. I meant to set him down a little more gently than kind of what happened there, but this stuff, guys, look for it to mail out most likely on Friday. It's possible it could go on Thursday. It's possible it could go on Saturday, but I'm expecting everything that breaks tonight to go on Friday, most likely. So next up, of course, we have our half case of 2017 Classics football, if I can get myself on the right page. And this is the third time we've done a half case of the 17 Classics. And same format that we had before. There's, of course, you know, the number 3 just means third time we've done this particular product. And then our end date is, of course, tonight, live stream now, here and now. Teams down the left, winning bidder down the right, and everybody in here is all paid up, caught up, good to go. So we're just taking a minute for you to see your name next to your team there, and off we go to the races. So here's what's happening with this. This is a gigantic case. So what I'm going to do, because it's heavy, and as soon as I set it down on this table, it's going to thunk kind of everywhere, I think. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take all the boxes out of it, and then I'm going to number, well, if I can get into the case, then I'm going to number each of the boxes on the end, and then we're going to let random.org decide which of our boxes that we open tonight, which half of the case, so to speak. And you know, there is a case hit in here, so that's why I just would rather have random go in and sort it out for us, and that way we don't have to guess or put any pressure on you guys to pick the good side or the bad side or whatever the case may be. Trying to figure out what's the best way. Maybe if I stack them like this so that I can get them all numbered on the end is the goal. Why am I, did I count that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 10. That's right. Oh my gosh. I've lost my mind. See what the holiday does to me? I'm just losing my mind. All right, I'm just going to number these on the end, and that is, again, just for the purposes of random identifying for us which of these 10 boxes we're going to jump into tonight for the first half of this case. All right, so we're going to take the first, whatever the first 5 numbers are that random pops out to us will be the 5 boxes we're going to open tonight. Okay, so it is box 31947. I know I'm not going to remember that. I better write that down. That's bad, isn't it, when I'm not going to retain it long enough to pull the boxes? I know, sad but true. Okay, so I wrote that down on my handy little piece of paper there. Now let's pull our boxes. All right, there's one. Marking it off as we go. We don't need 2. I do need 3 and 4. And now we need 7 and 9. There's 7 and there is 9. Take those out. All right, so the remaining boxes, of course, will be in the second half of this case, which will break, I think, tomorrow night. I think I actually set it up just to break pretty much right in a row like we did with the first case. 2 nights back to back. So what did everybody do for the weekend? Did you guys have, did you have a nice holiday, everybody? I did not get into much. I went over to my mother's house to help her do some things. And of course, what we needed to do was outdoors. And then, wouldn't you know, it started raining. So, like, that's just always the way it goes, right? So we didn't get a whole lot done. And we'll go back and get her stuff done later this week, I guess. But I just kind of laid low all weekend. Had work to do on this kind of stuff, sorting and shipping and listing and all that. But didn't do much else. Okay, so our base cards, whoops, we're just going to kind of buzz through them. Of course, your rookies are going to be in their college uniforms, and I will sort them into their correct NFL team based on their draft status, obviously, before I ship it out. These with the gold border, they are, of course, gold. There is the gold short print is technically what that is. And we have a hit right off the bat. Out of our very first pack we picked up, we've got some Barry Sanders fabric for the Lions, and that's numbered to 299. And that is some Canton Collections is the name of the card series for the Barry Sanders fabric. And all of our inserts like Super Bowl heroes and all of that also have the gold parallel. And there are some in here that are numbered. One of the short prints you can find in this series is a card with the player's full name on it. Those are numbered to 5. We found an O.J. Howard in the first case like that. And there's career colors, Jerome Bettis, and of course he's a Steeler and a Ram. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to pull a ton of cards just like that are going to have 2 different teams on them, sometimes more than 2, but most of them are going to be 2. So what we're going to do with that is random will decide for us, because there are way too many to do an individual random for all of those 2-player cards, because, I mean, we pulled just a ton of them out of the first case. This is Dez Bryant numbered to 299. A lot of the inserts are numbered to 299, and they're the ones that have the red back. So what we're going to do, random will decide for us the right half or the left side, right side or the left side of the card. And that's how we're going to divvy up all of these 2-player cards that have 2 different teams on them. So if random says right, it'll be, whatever team is on the right-hand side of the card would get it. If random comes up with left, it'll be whatever team is on the left-hand side of the card will get it. So there is a Giants in the gold short print Super Bowl heroes. There's Joe Mixon. The other thing I noticed in the first case is we did not pull the big rookies really but once. Like in the whole case, there was one Kaiser, there was one Trubisky, there was one Mahomes. I mean, they were not in there in abundance. So Dwight Clark with the short print. So I'll be interested to see if this second case is similar to that or not. John, the hits in black. I don't remember all of them, but there were 3 for the Steelers, 1 Marcus Wheaton and 2 Le'Veon Bells. And beyond that, I honestly, isn't that awful? I haven't even retained it this long. But if you want to hang around till we get done with classics, I'll be happy to put them up and show them to you again. Or, of course, the video will be uploaded. The recorded version of this break will be uploaded after the break is completed tonight. Also numbered to 299. Is another one of our dual player cards. So the lowest short print I've seen so far is the one I was telling you about earlier, which had the player's full name on it for O.J. Howard, and it was numbered to 5. We did pull some rookies numbered to 10 and things as well, and quite a few like this one numbered to 299 with the red back. I'm just trying to set all of our multiplayer cards off to the side because we will have to address those via random before the break is over. Doug Flutie. Hi, Fred. By the way, I don't know if I said hi to you a while ago, but hi. I see you in there. In chat, I mean. Oops, there was Zeke. Of course, I'm still in the habit of just stopping when you see Zeke, even though they're not rookie cards at this point. I still get in the habit of stopping and taking a look. There is Josh Malone to 199. That is, of course, a sticker auto and numbered to 199. So each of these boxes, of course, has a signature and a materials hit in it. That's a little different from last year when I think it was just one signature per box. This year it is also a materials hit and a lot of short prints of various types. And if anybody just jumped in, the gold borders are a short print. Well, the card itself, it's the same card picture and design. It's the gold addition to the border that makes it a short print, not like sometimes Topps short prints is an entirely different image. This is the same image, just with the gold border. It's to 299 on the Dermontti Dawson. Oh, no teams today, huh, Fred? Well, you know, sometimes we do have to take a break and catch our breath, right? That is numbered to 25 on the Marshon Lattimore. And, of course, you can see it says Timeless Tributes there in the background. So that's the card series on that one is Timeless Tributes. And I believe these aren't numbered as a short print, but there are some of these that have this kind of sepia color for the player. And then most of them I've seen also have a regular normally colored card for the same player. So I am kind of thinking that those are short prints, but I haven't seen any confirmation of that. But for AJ Green, for instance, you know, he's one of the first ones I noticed in the different color variation, and then in the same case we did have several in the normal color variation. So I think they are short prints, but I can't 100% guarantee it because I haven't seen it written anywhere. To 299 on the Warfield. Another Zeke. Oh, you went to San Antonio over the weekend. That's nice. It's a Steelers kind of night, isn't it? We're going to have a classic materials hit for Heath Miller. And that is numbered to 299 on the Heath Miller materials. And there is a three team card, so we'll set that aside. That we will do, unless we have just a ton of 3-player cards or 3-team cards, we will still do those individually. But it's our dual teams that there will be too many to do individually if last case was any indication. I really wish they would use completely different images on their short prints. That would, Topps does that a lot. I actually kind of prefer that. There's a short print, Idolized, Russell Wilson, Warren Moon. Well, I guess I better set this over here because that'll have to go to our random as well, different teams. And since we're on the subject of Warren Moon, anything that comes out as a Houston Oiler will go to the Tennessee Titans because that's the current name and location of that franchise, to $2.99 on the Mark Ingram. Pardon me. There is a Zeke in the short print, next level, with the gold border. Well, eventually I'll get into that pack. Curtis Martin, numbered to 10. So that's another one of the timeless tributes, but this one, of course, with a different color variation and numbered to 10. There's another one of our kind of sepia cards that I'm not 100% sure if they are short prints or not, but I suspect they might be. Another 3-team card. So I'm kind of thinking about bringing in some elite draft picks, and normally I don't break a lot of draft pick stuff, and primarily because it's kind of a task to sort it all and get them all with their proper NFL teams. That's to $2.99 on the Cameron Wake. So I'm kind of undecided if I want to just bring in a few boxes and pair it up and do some mixers, or if I want to do a whole case. You guys have any thoughts on that? I mean, have any of you been doing much in the way of draft picks breaks for football for 2017? Man, it has been a Bob Lilly weekend. Like, I am not even kidding you. We opened 3 mini helmets yesterday from 3 different brands in 2 different years. One from 2012 and 2 from 2017. 2 of the 3 were Bob Lilly, the 2012 and the 2017. And this Bob Lilly is numbered to 25, and that's a sticker auto, of course. So, yeah, and then on top of that, the jersey. We also opened a football jersey yesterday. It was also the Cowboys. We're on like some kind of a weird parallel universe here where Cowboys and Steelers are coming out like crazy all of a sudden. Which, I mean, hey, you know, I'm not complaining, but I thought that Mixon was numbered for a second, but it isn't. That is one of the things I do like about Classics, though, is even though we'll pull a lot of there's Dak, a lot of 2017 rookie content out of here, which of course I know is what a lot of you are after. But we also pull some nice veteran hits, like the Bob Lilly for the Cowboys and the Barry Sanders Materials hit for the Lions. I like this product. I think I always enjoy opening Classics. It's one of the earlier products in the season, but it's one of the more fun ones in my opinion. Saw lots of Zay Jones in the last case too. Zay Jones is kind of all over the place in Classics. Look at that. I just accidentally stacked that base on our pile of short prints. Not that it matters. I could still sort it out later, but I was just trying to keep them separate. So no thoughts on Contenders draft picks or Elite draft picks, huh? You guys don't have a lot of interest in that one? I don't know. I wouldn't mind at all breaking it if it just weren't for the arduous task of sorting it. I mean, it's just, even sorting Classics by the time you set out all the rookies and get them all with their appropriate teams can just take quite a while. Now, of course, that product is nothing but rookies in their college uniforms. I guess on the bright side, it will help me cement in my head where all the rookies have been drafted. Next level Derek Carr in the gold short print. Why I am struggling to get some of these packs open tonight. What my deal is. My hands have taken a vacation. Tyrod Taylor to 25 in the Timeless Tribute for the Bills. Other triple card. So actually I've seen, I think the last break we only had 2 triple cards. We've already got 3 out of this one. Carl Lawson to 50, and that's considered the blank back version. So most of your cards that are numbered to 50 will have that blank back. Of course, it's technically not totally a blank back. It just, I mean, it still had like the team logo and things on it, but they call it the blank back. Jerry Rice for the Niners. Another nice piece of veteran material. This one is to $2.99, Canton Collections. That over there. James Harrison. There's another one of our kind of sepia cards. For lack of a better term. It's not exactly entirely black and white. I think sepia kind of is the correct way to describe it. Hines Ward in the short print. I'm wondering if our high-profile rookies are perhaps short printed in this series as well, given that we opened an entire case and I had 1 Trubisky and 1 Watson, and that's to $2.99 on the Ray Lewis. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind if that were the case because it would help establish some value for some of those cards that are, you know, base cards or base variations. There's Josh Dobbs. He'll be a Steeler, or he is a Steeler already, I should say. He signed his deal. I don't know if any of you guys watch any baseball or not, but Bryce Harper, man, he went after it today. Why did I just blank on that Giants pitcher's name? Starling. No. Well, yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, it's the guy that Harper homered off of a couple years ago when the Giants ended up winning the World Series. That's to $2.99 on the Joe Mixon. It's that same pitcher. Of course, they went on to win the Giants, the World Series. So was that 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years ago. Anyhow, I guess it must have been the first time that Bryce has batted against that pitcher since that happened. And the pitcher beamed him, man, right on the hip, like right on the point of the hip. And Strickland, yeah, thank you. Why did I say Starling? Like, I don't know. I can't get it out. Anyhow, oh, we got a redemption. He went after him, man. I mean, he stormed the mound, threw his batting helmet, started throwing punches, and he had to carry the pitcher off the field. His teammates did. The guy wanted to go back after Harper so badly. It was insane. Of course, they both got ejected, but So we had a nice bench clearing brawl today in baseball. Takaris McKinley. Well, I guess we probably know why the Takaris McKinley is a redemption, right? Because all of his original signatures turned out to have been signed by a family member. I think his little brother or something. So they all got recalled. And if you have an early Takaris McKinley and you hadn't heard that yet, you're supposed to send it back in to Panini and they'll replace it for you. So I'm sure that's why Takaris has a redemption in there. Rich Gannon for the Raiders to $3.99 on the flashback fabric. They're probably going to stand over Takaris and watch him sign his next ones. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Oh, there's Josh Dobbs in the gold. Oh, Jupiter, your new favorite player is Bryce Harper? Or is the pitcher that being Bryce Harper? Record breakers in gold. Bryce Harper. Yeah, okay. Do you not like the Giants? Or you just like the fact that he ran out there and punched the guy in the head? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But that's part of what makes baseball fun, when they clear the benches and have a big brawl. Derrick Henry. It's part of what makes hockey fun, too. When they, go after each other. J.J. Watt, he's a Steeler. There's Mitch. So there's our first Trubisky that I've seen, anyway. Yeah, I don't know why the catcher didn't stop Bryce Harper, honestly. I mean, or at least attempt. He just kind of stood there and watched it. Riggins to $2.99. He was just like, yeah, I see that happening. He's getting ready to go out there and punch my pitcher in the face. But, of course, the pitcher knew it was coming. I mean, he already had his glove off. I mean, he knew. And then he tried to come back later and say, oh, he hit him by accident. I'm like, I don't really think you hit him by accident. I think you really hit him pretty much entirely on purpose, but probably didn't plan on having Bryce come out and pop him in the head. But it's not Memorial Day without a good fight on the baseball field somewhere. That is numbered to 50 on the Perrine. There's a Solomon Thomas. Oh, I don't think he actually, maybe the helmet slipped out of his hand, but honestly, to me, it looked like he threw it in the opposite direction. There's Jabril Peppers. It looked to me like I put that in the wrong pile, that he didn't really intend to hit the pitcher with his helmet, that he was, angry and throwing it. But I don't really think he meant to hit the pitcher with it. Maybe I read it wrong, but that's how it read to me. That he was just kind of throwing it. He was all about punching him with his fist. That was his goal. It's the $2.99 on the Brian Hill. But hey, I guess the guy will think twice before he beans him again. Oh, we've got a Joe Mixon signature. That, of course, is going to be for the Bengals. We will verify all these, but that is to $1.99 on the Joe Mixon hit. But all of our all of our rookies in their college uniforms will verify the hits, which team they go to before we conclude the break. All of the base cards and numbered inserts and all that, of course, I'll do off camera during the sort and before they're sent out, of course. But we would be here till next year if we did all those on camera. It would be crazy. There's a lot of them. Whoops, whoops, whoops. What's happening over there? Those boxes do not play well with others. Ugh. If anybody jumped in late, we are going to go to random and deal with all of these cards that have 2 and 3 different teams on them. And it's going to just be random is either going to say the left or the right side of the card on the ones with 2 teams. And anything we have that is 3 teams, well, right now we've got a stack of them. So 3 teams, we'll do right, left, and middle, more than likely. I'll take a look at them again and see how many there are, but normally if there's more than 2 or 3, there's Takarist. We, since they're base cards, I mean, obviously if they were hits, we would do them all via random, but these are just base cards, so. And that one doesn't have to go to random because those are both Packers. See a lot of Zeke in this case, and Dak too. I didn't see that as many of them in the first one. There's Fournette. There went Juju Smith-Schuster, a Steeler. Those are about the only ones that I have, 100% for sure are the ones that are with the Steelers. Well, there's a handful of others, but. Yeah, there was a Joe Namath short print that went by with the gold border. Whoops, and I just stacked that gold border there. Andrew Luck to 299, so that'll have the red back. There's Deshaun Kaiser. So we've seen Kaiser, Trubisky, and Fournette, I believe, so far. Classic materials for Von Miller. Broncos, numbered to 299. Another one of our 2-player cards. Oh, wow, you see Joe Namath in the grocery store? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I would definitely keep something for him to sign with me, too, if I were you. Mr. Tom Brady in the gold. There went TJ Watt. I hope he turns out to be as good as JJ, his brother. And there's the Noku to 299. Amari Cooper. And Jadeveon Clowney. Something coming up with Jadeveon Clowney. Oh, wow. That's numbered to 25. And it's signed in gold. You can it's right there. It's on a sticker. There at that angle, I think you can see it better. So 20 of 25 on the Jadeveon Clowney Stadium Stars. That's a nice little hit for the Texans. I haven't really seen a whole lot of Clowney autographs. I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I just don't usually pull them, I guess. There's a Kaiser in the gold short print parallel. Jordan Matthews to 50, so that's the blank back. So unless we have, in this last pack over here, unless our case hit is hiding in the last pack, that means it, whoops, I stacked that in the wrong place. It did not come out tonight, which means it's still sitting down in there somewhere. That will come out with the second half of the case, which I believe is scheduled to break tomorrow night, if I recall correctly. All right, so before we do our hits recap, here's just a gigantic stack of these. So again, here's what we're going to do. All these, you know, I will look through these, of course. If any of them do have the same team on it, they would just go to that team. Otherwise, we're going to put in random left and right, and we'll hit random 3 times, and wherever it ends up, that's how it will fall. So let's say if it ends up on left, then on all of these cards with 2 players, whatever's on the left-hand side, the card would go to that team. If it says right, obviously they go the right. Now, the one caveat I will give you is if, let's say, for instance, I had in this stack, if there were 4 of this exact same card, and this is just a base card and it's not the gold parallel or anything like that. So if we had, say, you know, 2 of these, even if random said left, and we had 2 of the identical card, I would send 1 to the left and 1 to the right. If we had 4, then I would send, and random had chosen the left-hand side, then the left would get 3, but I would still send 1 to the right. Does that make sense? So if we have the exact same card in a duplicate, each side will get 1, and then any excess beyond those first 2 would go to whatever random chooses, the right or the left. Now, clearly on any of the short prints and things like that that are in gold, those are going to go only to whatever side random chooses, right or left. Then on our 3 team cards, we only have 3 of those, so we can go ahead and do those in random the regular way that we normally would. We'll do those card by card. I thought there might be more than 3 coming out, but with just 3, there's no reason we can't just take a moment to do that. So again, this is looking at any of the cards that have 2 different teams on them. There's the first, there is the second, and here is the third and final time. And you'll see randomized 3 times. There's our date and time stamp, and it falls to the right. So I'm going to write that down. Dual cards to the right. Now we're going to go back over here, and let me bring you back and show you the cards we're looking at here first. I will go into the spreadsheet and see if anybody owns 2 of the 3 teams first, because if someone does own 2 of the 3 teams, that would be more than 51% of the card. It would be theirs by default. But assuming we do not have the same team owner, then each of these teams would go into random. So first up, we have Packers, Jets, and Vikings. On the second one is Rams, Giants, and Cardinals. On the third one is Vikings, Raiders, Patriots. So I'm going to switch us over to the spreadsheet, and we will look at our team owners for each of those cards and see if they are the same or different first, and then decide if we need to go into random. All right, so Packers, Jets. Where are my Jets? Okay, so that's already 2 different owners. Next up is Rams, Giants, Cardinals. And where are we? Rams and Giants. That's already 2 different owners. And then the third one, Vikings, Raiders, Patriots. There's Raiders And there's Patriots. So again, we already have two different team owners. So we're just going to buzz right back in here. And I always go left to right or top to bottom. In this case, the card is oriented left to right. So that's how they're going to be entered in here. And again, we will hit random 3 times, and that will tell us who is going to take the card home in each case for all 3 of these. All right, so the first card is going to the Vikings. And bear with me, I'm just going to put these in a sleeve so that I can circle the team that each one goes to, because that makes it a little easier when it comes time to sort these. So now we're going on to the card with the Rams, Giants, and Cardinals. All right, that's our third random, and that is going to the Rams. And then our final card is Vikings, Raiders, Patriots. And that one is headed to the Vikings. All right, so let's get switched back over here and let me get, okay, so, and just, you know, you can see that's on the sleeve, not on the card. And I mean, I think you guys know I wouldn't just mark on a card, but you never know. It's just easier to show it, I think. Okay, so again, this multi-team card to the Rams, this multi-team card to the Vikings, and this multi-team card to the Vikings. Then for all of our dual team cards, will go to the right. Again, if we have duplicates of the exact same card in base, then I would send the first one to the right, the second one to the left, and any excess also to the right. If we have only one, it goes to the right. If it has a gold edge, no matter how many there are, it would go to the right. Now let's roll through our hits recap here. And let me just look on my list here, because I can't, I printed this out so I didn't have to switch back and forth 100 times to look up some of this, because I still cannot retain these rookies as much even as I've looked at them to this point. All right, so Tackerist McKinley is a Falcon. So our redemption headed to the Falcons. To the Texans, Jadeveon Clowney, numbered 225 and signed in gold. Joe Mixon, I'm 99% sure, yeah, is a Bengal, and he is numbered to 199 on the Mixon. Bob Lilly for the Cowboys. And Bob Lilly is numbered to 25, so another nice low number hit. Classic Materials, Heath Miller to 299 for the Steelers. And you got a little bit of edge and corner wear on that. That's pretty standard on the thicker cards. Josh Malone. I don't remember where Josh Malone goes. Let me look him up here. Josh Malone is also a Bengal, and he is numbered to 199. Canton Collection Material, Barry Sanders to 299 for the Lions. And same as the Heath Miller and the others. There's minor little chipping and edge wear. I mean, really pretty minor on these in comparison to some others. Jerry Rice to 299 for the 49ers. Rich Gannon to $3.99 for the Raiders. And then Von Miller to $2.99 for the Broncos. And that is the whole break for tonight. We do have a nightly random to do, so let's get rolling with that. And this is actually one of the last nights we're going to be doing the nightly random, at least for the foreseeable future. Well, we are going to do a nightly random, but we're going to do it a little differently. Moving forward, we are going to, we are still going to have somebody that is drawn out every night, but rather than winning a prize each night, what that's going to do is put one person a night into a bigger drawing, if you want to call it a drawing. We'll call it a giveaway at the end of the month. You guys might remember a couple months ago, I did a break, and I just bought some products. We did the break, and random decided who was going to win what out of the break and who was going to win, period. But you know, these days there are so many auctions, it would be really nearly impossible. It would be a list of thousands upon thousands to try to sort through to get to that monthly break. So what we're going to do instead is take one person a night, and that one person will be entered into that monthly promotional break, and then we'll figure out somewhere along the way what we're going to open. All right, so our winner tonight is Killin 5. And it just occurred to me that I don't think I even counted out a stack of stuff, so I better do that here in a minute. Let's go ahead, actually, let's put you back to my view, and let me count out some stuff here before we put it into random. Where is my, oh, that's basketball. Okay, here we go, there's football. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4, there's got to be some more. Oh, there's a couple. Okay, so we have 6 things now in our little nightly random stack. So Killin 5, you're going to win one of 6 items. You're going to win one of them tonight. Random's going to tell us which one. I'm kind of like mentally on holiday tonight, aren't I? I'm just kind of a little bit off beat tonight. A step behind, if you will. All right, number 2 out of our stack is going home with you, and this is Rookie Threads David Cobb, and that is out of, whoops, that is out of Donruss Football, 2015 Donruss Football. So Killin 5, this will be coming to you with any other cards that you are due tonight. If for any reason you were in the black 2013 black break and you don't have any cards coming, then I'll hang on to it for a few days and it'll ship with your next shipment. If you don't have anything that breaks in the next week or so, then it would ship on its own. And that, guys, is the whole shebang for tonight. As always, I thank you so much for hanging out with me and breaking with me. Look forward to seeing you again on a future break. Enjoy what few hours are left of our holiday.